Welcome to Clone Questions Live, episode 29 with me, Paul, your clone coach. We are live every Friday on my Instagram page at Clone Coach. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. That's where you can ask all of your questions, have a little chat, even request to join the live so we can have a little one-on-one conversation. Welcome to everybody joining here on Instagram. Welcome everybody. Happy Friday. Last week I forgot to do a giveaway. Pick a number 1 to 420. Forgot to do a giveaway last week. Check out clonecoach.com. So my apologies for that, everybody. But we are back this week. We got some things going on. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Clone Questions Live, or episode 29, which is pretty fantastic. Where we got a good little rhythm going here, everybody. Let us know where you're joining in from. If you're just hopping in, there's two things. We want to make sure you enter your guess inside the chat to win a free copy of the 14-day quick guide from clonecoach.com, and let us know where you're joining in from. We got people all over the place. Let me repin the comment. Pick a number 1 to 420. Let us know where you're joining from. Boom. It's always cool to see the reach, man. It's obviously the internet, so the reach is worldwide, but it's cool to see where the message ends up getting to, and who it's clicking with, who out there is going through similar things, who out there is making clones and just wanting to make the best that they possibly can. It's pretty fantastic to see. So if you guys got any questions, anything related to the nursery, I know we've covered a lot in 29 episodes. We really have. But there's always unique situations or things you want to clarify on. If you got an operation going, like I just did a tour in Vegas with Zach, the grow guy from BioSafe Systems. We went to Vegas and we visited a bunch of facilities, about 6 facilities. Met a bunch of cool growers, man. People putting out fire, trying their hardest, man. Some instances where there's absolutely an ability for the Clone Coach SOPs or the new playbook, the Clone Coach playbook, to come and take hold and improve some procedures, improve some efficiencies, improve some quality, eliminate some of the issues they got going on, And these are big flower facilities, so they're focused on the flower, which you can't not focus on the flower when you're a flower facility. But it all starts with the clones. That crop starts with your clones being a healthy set of clones, and the better start you have, the better finish you'll have. So whether you're producing commercial clones for internal use like that at a flower facility, or you produce commercial clones to provide to other gardens, those are that's the avatar for Clone Coach team members. That's really who is going to benefit the most from joining the Clone Coach team, implementing the playbook, the coaching, the guides, training, the tidbits, the tips, the tricks. Underneath that, like the caregiver area, if you're doing a few hundred at least a month, then you absolutely will benefit. You'll get your ROI on your first 100 clones, guaranteed. So, underneath that, there's a lot of free value that I've created, with all the content. So, check that out if it's out of your budget for whatever reason. But if you're doing this and there's a dollar amount attached to the finished product in one sense or another, do yourself a favor and invest in your own education, and check out clonecoach.com and grab the playbook. I haven't rewarded it yet on the website, but soon to do so. But we got some exciting things on the horizon. I can't tell you everything about it now, but there's going to be a new platform that has cannabis content creators concentrated, and for commercial operators to benefit from uh, certain products and stuff. So stay tuned. It'll be released in the near future. It's not my own project, but it's a project that I am a part of. So here's like that little initial whisper of what's to come. So stay tuned. That whisper will get louder and louder, and you'll see what's coming at you. Let me catch up here. I didn't prep my pre-live joint, so I just did that right now. If you're out there and you got something to burn, let me know what you're burning on in the comments here. Burn one with your coach. Let's see here. Let me catch up on the chat. What's going on, Jeff and Garden? Mr. J Stylo, how are you? What's going on, everybody? Jeff and Garden says, cloning into a peat pellet seems undoable. Why would you assume it's undoable? A peat pellet, expanded peat pellet, as long as it has the right ratio of moisture and oxygen so that the roots could grow, there's no reason why it wouldn't root in a peat pellet. So it doesn't seem undoable in my eyes. But hey, that's just me. PNW Farmer, what's going on? Flux Capacitor, how are you? Thanks for joining, everybody. Like I said, guys, this Clone Questions Live is really a big chunk of it's the participation from you guys. So if you guys got anything to chat about, don't be shy. Hop on in and let's chat. We got Daniel Silas from the Yay area. For those who don't know, that's the Bay Area. Jeff and Gardens from Ohio. PNW from Washington State. Yeah, could have guessed that one. We got Jenga Farmer in Mississippi. What do we got? Sleepy Eyed Farms in Minnesota. Saying August 1st, 2023 was legalized in Minnesota. Congratulations. So, Sleepy Eyed Farms, what's the kind of commercial scene like? Who's the nursery provider out there providing quality clones and quality genetics to gardens that are going to produce flower for that new market? What's going on there? If there's not really an obvious answer for you, maybe that's your opportunity to grab the Clone Coach SOPs and be the person in your market to provide clones to everybody else. We got Hungry Goat Processing from Orange, Virginia. We got Dank Roots from Guam. Nice. Jeff and Garden says, where you at, coach? I'm in Palm Springs area, California, in the desert, where it's hot as hell. See, we got C Stamper 18 says, what's that drink? It's like a healthy fake soda, like low sugar. A new kind of soda is what it says. Low sugar, 5 grams of sugar kind of a deal. You know, it's all right. You know, you got to expect a lot less sweetness and flavor in some of these things. Sleepy Eyed Farm says, what's in the jar? There's my leftover Motorhead, and there's some nuggets from my trip to Vegas. So shout out to Drew for blessing me with some nugs that I'm still puffing on here. There was some fire that we saw out there. Shout out to Nick, shout out to Corey, shout out to Alex, shout out to Drew for having us in the facilities, for letting us come through. Big shout out to you guys. That was fantastic. Did you guys catch any of the videos posted this week, from my trip to Vegas? If you have, what's your favorite one? We got Toronto, Ontario. We got New Jersey. Hungry Goat Processing says, my clone leaves are curling plants. My clone leaves are curling. Plants are healthy. curling but healthy, but losing color and curling. Curling could be either the light intensity is too much, the lack of root zone, a pH issue, a toxicity of some sort. But if you're losing color, going from green to yellow, then you probably don't have a toxicity like a nitrogen toxicity. You have deficiencies. So all of those issues are all of those issues are solved in the Clone Coach playbook. We keep the clones looking just like the day they were cut, assuming we have healthy moms. And if you don't worry. The Clone Coach playbook has the best mother plants ever guide built into that package with a training video and training PDS for you and your staff to follow to get the healthiest plants ever, healthiest mother plants. And we keep that same vigor, growth, color, everything that plant was experiencing on the mother plant. It stays exactly the same during the rooting process as we build up a root zone and kick it off right back into veg. We don't lose any momentum. So if you're going from healthy to not healthy, do yourself a favor, go to clonecoach.com. Get that fixed for you, guaranteed. Let's see here. Flux Capacitor 81 says, can you explain the bloom nutrients with clones? Seems a lot of people are doing it. I believe they dip them in a rooting agent and give them bloom newts with drybacks. So you're not wrong. People are using a bloom formula for their cloning recipe, and it's for the increased potassium that would aid in root growth. In my point of view, I do so many other things to trigger and create root growth and have a killer root system that I don't change up my nutrient base from grow to bloom to achieve so, if that makes sense. In my eyes, I keep it uniform, and I have a lot of other variables that I'm using, a lot of other levers and switches and gauges and dials that I use so I get the best roots ever out of these clones. Fuzzy white root zone that's just thriving. And I do so without using bloom nutrients as my cloning mix. Look, there's always going to be people that choose one side or another. If you're asking me, I don't do it. If you're asking others, some people do it. Now, if you ask everybody on the Clone Coach team that isn't doing it, ask them the results they're getting, and I guarantee you they're not going to say, oh, the only thing missing is that, we should have been using bloom newts because we're not getting the results. No. I just had another 5-star review come through today. I can't post the pictures on the website because of my credit card processors, but I'm going to find a way to do a little montage or a little something with all of the photos and video clips from the reviews so that you have access to see all the visuals from the reviews. But on the website, I could only put the text right now. But trust me, the Clone Coach team members are not suffering because they're not using bloom newts for their cloning feed. But good question there, Flux Capacitor. I appreciate that. Habibi Farms LA says, what are some of the issues you've come across? pH issues, deficiency issues, foliage burn, fusarium, wilting, um, poor root zone, so many issues that are so common that people just end up tacking on more growth time to bring these clones back to health. It's not necessary. It's really, really not necessary. You should be able to maintain the same momentum that you put all the effort in onto your mother plants. You continue that process. All that we're doing is creating a root zone on that stem. Once we've done that, we're right back to the vegetative state. That plant doesn't know that it just came from a giant mother plant and is now a single clone. It's irrelevant to that plant. That plant has a root zone now, and it'll keep growing. So a lot of issues. I mean, just how he was describing earlier, curl with the fan leaves. I see a lot of people's fan leaves burning, crisping up, wilting, changing colors for sure. the stems stunting and turning purple from the top down. I mean, I've seen it all. It's all out there. It's all out there, and that's why I'm really trying to do my part to address that, so people don't have to deal with that anymore. They join the Clone Coach team. All that's gone. All that is gone. Vicious Gam, Vicious Game X says, "What's good, fam? Hope y'all having an amazing one. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing the same." We got Rialto, California in the house. IDKIYKT says cookies. No, not cookies. We got Clear Lake, California. UK cheese. Let's see here. Blue Gotti. Oh, that's what people are smoking on. I'm sorry. That's what I'm scrolling down the chat and catching up here. So forgive me. Catching up. Somebody's smoking some UK cheese. People are smoking some Blue Gotti. Daniel Sela smoking Blue Gotti. El Ranchero Hippie says burning on some 5-MeO DMT. That's something you just casually burn on? Like what I'm doing here with this? Is it possible to do that? I wouldn't know. You let me know. We got Calgary, Canada in the house. International, baby. Nice to see Canada in the house. We got Cody McLaren puffing on some white truffle ice cream cake. HR Inc. dabbing on some papaya power. Let me know what you guys are smoking on. Let me know where you guys are at. Let's see what's going on this Friday night Clone Questions Live. And if you got any questions regarding mother plants, clones, nursery operations, genetic selection, production, labor, training, managing staff, anything like that come to mind, just holler. You got the man right here, ready and willing to have a chat with you. And if for those that haven't seen one of my latest reels, I'm doing another set of clone gel samples for the Clone Coach team. All right. If you want samples of a potential Clone Coach rooting gel, you got to be part of the trial here. And I need the more clones, the better, because that gives us better feedback, right? And it gives us better knowledge. Oops. I just noticed this camera wasn't open all the way. Give us all the knowledge to get good feedback, to see if this is going to be the one for the Clone Coach team, for to me, put my name behind and do my best to get this on shelves and to get you set up with a really great cloning option for you. So if you want to get in on the trial of this potential Clone Coach rooting gel, go to link in my bio. So the top link, there's a form to fill out. Fill that out, and you'll be entered to potentially become part of this test. I should have enough samples, depending on the amount of entries, but there will be a cap because I want to make sure everybody has enough. And there is a cost associated with it, with me providing this to other people and getting it mailed out and shipped. So ideally, I'd want someone or gardens that are doing a decent amount of clones, so we get that good feedback out of that. So check it out. The link in my bio. You could get a free trial. Get in on the trial for the Clone Coach Rooting Gel. So we got someone looking to join. Red Columbia looks like. Let me see. The request kind of came and went. Let's see if I caught it. Cultivator. The Cultivar Cave is smoking on some green crack. Haven't seen green crack in a while. Vicious Gamer says smoking on some vicious caffeine out of Long Beach. Nice. Bay City, Michigan. 8 plants, right? Northern Michigan. That's what we do here. Nice. Prima clones. Rhode Island in the house. Let me catch up on the chat here. We got Prima Clone saying Bubble Bath is up next. I heard Bubble Bath is a hitter. Let's see here. Catch up. Everybody's getting their entries in for their chance to win at the end of this episode. A free copy of the 14-day quick guide from clonecoach.com. Red Columbia was unable to join. Try again, maybe. We had a request to join the live. Didn't go through. Maybe on a bad connection. Patty's 106 is from New Zealand. Says hello from New Zealand. Patty's New Zealand South Island. Prima Clone says we process 3,000 clones plus every 30 days. Let me filled out a form for your cloning gel. Let me know. If you filled out that form, you're in the radar, man. I got your info. Okay. I'm just collecting this at first, making sure I got everything bundled up. I got to package up the samples. I got to get to packaging supplies, shipping supplies, get all these things out and paid for and get sent over to you guys. So absolutely, Prima Clones. If you are doing 3,000 plus clones every 30 days, you filled out the form, you followed that simple instruction. I appreciate it. You're right in line. So your spot is saved there. Tell me a bit more, if you could, Prima Clones, if you're still in here, about your current rooting hormone that you use and or prefer, and or what you'd be looking for, and in another potential product. Just some feedback, because I really want to make sure that this product that we're bringing out is for the people, by the people, by the team members. So, and side note, Prima Clones, are you on the Clone Coach team or not? Let me know. Let's see, catching up on the chat here. Truck One says creating new growth is all it is. Thank you, Clone Coach, for helping us all out and the community. My pleasure, man. I love this community. I'm a part of this community. All of us are. So we just got to do our part. Steward of Mother Nature says, help Clone Coach save my sad clones. You want the immediate solution? Go to clonecoach.com. If you don't want that immediate solution, just watch my videos. There's tons and tons of tangible value in the videos, both here on Instagram and on YouTube. So just watch the videos. Thank you, Trock One. I appreciate the support there. Prima Clone says, wouldn't you say some purple stems would come from cultivar and not stress? It's a great question. And there are some cultivars that do have purple stem tendencies. Absolutely, right? But there are other factors that will cause purple stems that show themselves no matter what cultivar it is. Some more prone than others, of course. So many different cultivars out there. So, you can't really say one fits all. But there's no reason for your mother plants to be purple. Whether it's the stem, the fan leaf, any part, the new growth, the new nodes, you should have an entirely green mother plant. My mother plants would always be. There's no reason why you should have purple on your mother plants. If you do, it could be that specific genetic, but if that should just be 10-20%. If the majority of the room is solid green, you're on the right track. If it's not, then you need to get that corrected. If you have things like LED lights and low food or environment off, not getting the nutrient uptake, not getting the moisture uptake, so many things that could cause purple stems and different variations of purple stems. So there are, some of it is attributed to the genetics, but majority that I've seen that is most common out there is not attributed solely to the genetics. Let's see here. Freddie Beach says, what if any drawbacks would there to take clones 3 or 4 days in the flower? None. Little to none. 3-4 days in the flower? No, you could, if you're even 3-4 weeks in the flower, you have some, but even it's still manageable and still possible, still doable. So within a week of flower, you really have up to like 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, the first 2 or 3 weeks to take your clones and have no issue. Freddie Beach 1, thank you for that. Buenos Aires in the house. Nice, Nico 420. Torqued Farms, what's going on? Appreciate you. Torqued Farms is puffing on some Mandarin Sunset. You got the Dirty Gardener guy in Southern Ontario, Canada. Bubble Bath. Yep. Pink cookies, puffing on that pink cookies. Businessman trip. Patty's 106. No, you be out the gate smoking DMT. What do we got? Red Columbia. Agri. You try to join. Try again if you could. If you can. Dank Roots GU says, asks, is alcohol a good substitute for Xylitol 2.0? If so, do we use RO before we add newts or after for pre-soaking Rockwell cubes? No. Alcohol is not a substitute for Xylitol 2.0. Xylitol 2.0 is a plant-safe fungicide, okay? Has similar chemistry. The chemistry is a PAA, so hydrogen peroxide and a vinegar type acetic acid combination type of chemistry. It's not alcohol. And alcohol, do not dare spray that on your plants. Dunk your plants in that alcohol. Soak your cubes with alcohol. Don't you dare do it. There was one time cloning back in the day. We had our red solo cups where we had our nutrient water for our stems for our clones, and we had a cup of alcohol for our scissors, right? Well, the cups got mixed up because they weren't labeled. So tip number one, label everything. Everything, everything, everything. Label it. So we ended up we were trimming up the clones and storing them in the cups, to get them plugged, but we started loading up the cup full of alcohol. The clones, before they even got the dome on them, the clones had like twisted up like a corkscrew and had just started to deform super nasty. And it was because we put it in the cup of alcohol instead of the nutrient solution. So definitely not a substitute. Just grab some Xylitol 2.0. You could even go to my growershouse.com/clone coach, and there's Xylitol on there for like $99 if I'm not mistaken. It's like the best price I've seen. So you could use a Clone Coach discount code to help you out there too. Nyko 420 smoking on some Hubba Bubba from Jinx Proof. Nice. Flux Capacitor says, can't smoke. I'm at work listening. That's pretty cool, man. I never, it's cool to see that, like, while people are consuming the content in that sense. So I really appreciate your Flux Capacitor. We'll have to smoke one on another one. I'm thinking about doing another live. What do you guys think? Like a different time? Because like that Israel post, right? We got support from Israel that's waking up in the middle of the morning, 3 a.m. to catch this 5:30 Pacific Standard Time live. So maybe like a morning live on my end to help people in different time zones. What do you guys think? An AM and PM version, kind of like an AM like more newsy or whatever, and PM after dark, drink and smoke kind of a deal. Just thinking out loud. I don't know. We got Patty's smoking on some Granddaddy Perps. Nice. What's going on, Red Columbia? Truffle Queen. Steward of Mother Nature smoking on some Truffle Queen. Torque Farms says, send it over. What do we got? Prima Clones need SOPs for everything in the commercial space, even using the restroom. Yeah, I guess so. That's funny. But on that, man, the SOPs are really geared towards handing off as training material for your staff, because I was building up nursery teams everywhere it went and did a really good job of it. And the teams knew what to do, worked well together, got everything to be a nice uniform operation. So the way the SOPs are written are so that they're understood and able to be implemented, and you could hand it off as training material for them to reference back to know exactly what to do. It's the playbook. It's the playbook you keep in the clone room. You keep it in your nursery. You can refer back to it for anything regarding mother plants and clones, no matter what day you're on for either schedule. That's really, the underlying kind of thought behind it. So, but you're right, Prima Clones. You need SOPs for everything in the commercial space. Lake Michigan Cannabis Co. says, I'd love to try patties. Can you send them to New Zealand? No, not at the time. Domestic only. That's a good question. Thank you for asking that. Domestic only right now. Unless there's going to be a different way for international trials to happen, but it won't be right now, but in the near future. So stay tuned. There will be an option for international trials uh, once we get a little bit closer down the line. Torque Farm says about to take a shit ton of clones. Torque Farms, go to the link in my bio, fill out the form. Everybody that wants to trial this gel, check it out. Okay. I got a blue and a green. Okay. If you want to trial the potential clone coach rooting gel, fill out the form. Link is in my bio. You have to follow those instructions. I got to keep it organized. I'm going to ask you all those questions anyways. If you were just trying to, like last time I just did like emails and DMs, and it was just so unorganized to conduct a whole mini trial. So trying to be better at it, guys. So do me a favor, go to the link in my bio and fill out the form. Let's give this another shot, Red Columbia. Try to accept your request here. I'm accepting it. We got something coming on here. Hello, hello. Oh, look at those ladies. Hello. Red Columbia, how are you?
I'm Persian.
You're Persian?
Persian.
Persia. Look at that, guys. What are we looking at here? What do we got? Hell yeah. Beautiful. What do you guys think, everybody? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mom. ACC.
All the way from Persia, man. Look at that. Some beautiful ladies growing.
Goodbye. Thank you. Sorry, goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for showing us those plants. I appreciate it. Appreciate that, guys. Hell yeah. Let me catch up here on this chat. That was cool. Let me catch up on the chat and or scroll up. Hold on. All right. I'm getting closer here. Oh, that was cool to see those ladies from Persia hanging out in the closet. Look at that. Support all the way over there. I'm curious to know. Right now it's 4:34 in the morning in Persia. Oh, he's Persian. It's in Iran. Persia, yeah. Fucking big difference, man. It's huge. Let's see here. Dank Root says, is hydrogen peroxide a good substitute for xylitol 2.0? And if so, do you advise we mix with RO before nutrients or after pre-soaked rock wool cubes? Hydrogen peroxide is a hobby level version. It's like chess versus checkers, right? So if you got a small scale hobby operation, yes, hydrogen peroxide is your closest bet. Mixed with RO before nutrients or after pre-soak cubes. I would do it after because you want to ensure you get the maximum amount of oxygen in that solution. And well, quite honestly, you're going to deplete the oxygen as it oxidates any contaminants or pathogens. It'll become less effective, right? It's like when you have a cut, you spray it, it turns white, kills everything, and if you were to spray it again and again and again, it's not going to turn white anymore because there's nothing there, and or it's once it's killed everything, it kind of depletes. So you could definitely do it before or after. It really doesn't affect. So the biggest factor there is the RO, and adding anything to RO, the water is going to be really susceptible to a big change. So start with your base nutrients to your RO to stabilize that base water. Then you could do your hydrogen peroxide. See here. Mainline genetics is 397 if that's what we're supposed to be doing. LOL. Smoking on some pirate cake. Yeah, the numbers for a giveaway at the end of every episode for a free copy of the 14-day quick guide from clonecoach.com. It's a one-page snippet of the robust full version of the best clones ever playbook there. So that's what the numbers are for. Appreciate that mainline genetics. Mound City Roots says, "What's IBA ppm in the gel?" 3 grams per liter. So this similar concentration of that single ingredient, but it's not the only ingredient in that one. So it's different from what's out there. I'll tell you. Well, definitely different from what most people are used to, for sure. Which is what's intriguing me about this version of the blue and or green Clone Coach Rooting Gel trial. Let's see here. Prima Clone says, Athena cuts at the moment. We definitely have the SOPs. Love it, Prima Clones. Glad to have you on the team. Patty's 106 says, can only dream of growing at the moment. Got busted growing in New Zealand. Probably go to jail. Stupid government here, bro. I know we're all sorry to hear that. Patty's 106. It's still treated like second-class citizens in too many places. So much support to you, man. Much support, Patty's. We got Vegan Blue from Florida. Chalk 1 with the support. Let's see here. Vegan Blue says, I have a tiny bit of purple stems. If it's minimal and it doesn't bother and you really have everything else in check, you could live with it. But, like I said, those big factors like RO water, cocoa, and LED lights will have a strong ability to give you some purpling in your stems. CFH Jesse says, I got a free sample you sent out to me on the clone gel. To be honest, I run it next to Clonex and it rooted about day 14 when the Clonex did it at 5 to 7. Not saying it's bad, just saying the results I got. 100%. This is why we're doing that. And that's why this is a different sample of gel. That's why we kept moving on to find something that really works for the whole team. And, it's not a surprise. Clonex gel holds the market, holds the majority of the market, have for a very long time. Right? So that's the juggernaut. That's the Goliath in the situation, right? So, but yeah, thanks for the feedback, Jesse. That's what it's all about, and that's why we have a new option now. So if you want to do it again, Jesse, fill out that form. The link is in my bio. It's a bit more organized this time versus like the back and forth emails that we did before and whatnot. So yeah, fill out the form. Link is in my bio. I'd love for you to try this new sample as well. Torqued Farm says he filled out the form, Paul. Hell yeah. Let's see here. Mainland Genetics says, are you supposed to cut pistil cluster off when re-veg from a flowering clone? If it's just early pistils, then you don't need to cut it off. You could just let it grow out of it. If it's established like more bud sites and like whatever else, then once again just grow out of it. I think it would grow funky if we start removing the only potential node sites that it could grow new stuff from. So I'd be curious in how it would shape up the vegetative growth, how it would shape up initially. So, but if it's just some little pistil clusters, just let it grow out of it, re-veg it, and it'll grow out of it, no problem. Aaron Collins smoking some shady boof from Ohio. Patty's is also smoking on some Bruce Banner. Nice, I haven't heard that one in a while. Torque Farm says hazmat though, shipping is expensive. I hear that. Yeah, I gotta incur a cost on getting everybody the samples. That's why I want to really make the best of it and ensure everybody loves what's going on here. So, Mainland Genetics says, I think I noticed some fusarium fungi in a cloner dome. Take it out. or leave it. First step is to do the physical removal of any contaminated material, 100%. And if that's what you're experiencing, you shouldn't have to and you don't need to. So incorporate some xylitol in your life, incorporate some biofungicides in your life, some defenses to protect against pathogen invasion and takeover. There's a lot of variables as far as your environment and your procedures go that it could affect that. Assuming that it's all happening in the clone stage and not also in other parts of the vegetative stage, like your mother plants or vegetative growth or grow rooms. You got to look at it at a 360 complete view because it's, if it's isolated, then there's a lot to analyze in an isolated situation. If it's not isolated and it's, kind of everywhere, there's a lot more work to do. But that's something that's solved in the Clone Coach playbook at clonecoach.com. So with the coaching call, it's also included in that package. You and I personally can address that and get that taken care of so you get the results that we're both looking for. Definitely get that fixed. No need to deal with it. That's for sure. See here. Two Hatred says, yes, sir, more lives. Definitely. Yes, early morning. So that was on the live question. More lives from Clone Coach. Different times so that it helps people out in the different time zones because there's people that are putting in the effort to make the time to join in the difficult time zone for them. So we'll start meeting in the middle. So look out for a new morning version of Clone Questions Live. It might be Clone Questions Live. I'll see how to structure it, right? Because we'll see how much engagement is going on in the morning at that time. If there's enough original content, kind of happening with the chat, or if I'll have to do some reviews, or kind of covering past content or something. So, but just thinking out loud, AM version of Clone Questions Live coming soon. I like it. Let's see here. Mound City Roots says, what's the IBA percentage in the clone gel, dog? Running 1,300 clones a week, currently using Athena. Do yourself a favor, Mound City. Go to the link in my bio, fill out that form. Let's get you a sample. I'll say one thing right now. There's not only one active ingredient in this one. There's not only two active ingredients in this one. There's three. Three active ingredients in this gel. So the IBA percentage is similar to the market, 3%, 3 grams per liter. It's 0.03 or whatever that ends up being, right? 0.03. But that's not the only thing that's in it. So check it out, Mountain City Roots. You're doing 1,300 clones a week. You're a perfect candidate to put this in a trial. Let me get you a sample. Fill out that form. The link is in my bio. Once I run out, I run out, guys. But we'll catch you on the next one. But I got a bigger sample batch this time, so I should be able to hopefully get everybody that fills out a form that is primed to do the trial a sample. I'm gonna do my best to get everybody that fills out the form a sample. Patty says, oh well, keen as when you could do international trials. We have to complete the domestic ones first. They have to be completed, and then it'll be closer to the international. Matt Lovato says aloe vera works wonders, does work wonders for a lot of things, but there's nothing substitutes the rooting hormones. Nothing. It's not. There's no substitute for it. See here, Vegan Blue says beauties. I assume to the garden we had come up earlier from around the Persia area. My geography might be wrong. Neil 420 says 3 in the morning here in Cape Town. Shout out to you, Neil 420 out there in Cape Town. 3 in the damn morning supporting Clone Coach. I hope you're puffing on something. I hope just thank you. Like that's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. 3 in the morning in Cape Town. Shout out to Cape Town, South Africa. It's kind of how things work full circle. because something that I'm working on right now. There's I don't know how to say it, but it's from South Africa, Cape Town. There's people working there that I'm speaking to right now. So it's funny to see that kind of come up full circle there. So your effort is not going unnoticed, and it could be a sign for me seeing Cape Town, South Africa. Could be a sign I'm onto the right path here with that what I just mentioned. We're getting a little bit close to the end here, so if you guys haven't gotten your guesses in a number between 1 and 420, I will be picking a winner at the end of this episode, which is about in 14 minutes or so. So I'll be picking them live here for a free copy of the 14-day quick guide from clonecoach.com. I appreciate everybody. We got Vegan Blue Sins. I knew it. Fucking Purple Lights. Thank you so much. My pleasure. Wagyu Terp Trapper says, why are my clones yellowing before they root? Terp Trapper. What? I assume day 9? Give or take a day? Yeah? Because that's what I saw in my entire career. Clones starting as green and healthy as they were on the mother plant, and before day 10, dipping down hard, yellowing out, and before the roots come. I saw that. You don't deal with that with the Clone Coach SOPs. So give it a shot. clonecoach.com. But why? It's because they're hungry, man. They don't have what they need when they need it. No, let me take that back. They don't have what they need before they need it. You have to be, by the time you see those clones start to turn yellow, you're days late. 3 days late. Easy. By the time you do something to correct it and you need to see the difference of the plant growing out of it, that's a week later. You're 7 to 10 days behind. You want to be 7 to 10 days behind? No. You want to tack that on to your veg stage, going from a 2 to a 3 week, from a 3 week to a 4 week, because you had that issue happen in the rooting process? No. That's an extra harvest per year that you're losing if you have to tack on that extra time in your veg stage or in your clone stage. No need for it. Wagyu Terp Trapper says, can't figure out what changed. Just run the SOP side to side. Follow it to a T. Get all the clarity questions you need asked, with the coaching call that's included. But there's a lot of material in there to help answer everything. Get the SOPs, get the playbook from clonecoach.com, run it side by side, follow it. Don't just read it and assume. Follow it, do it, and hit me up in 14 days. Let's see here. Mainline Genetics says, I'm going to grab the Clone Coach playbook 100%. Hell yeah, Mainline Genetics. Can't wait to have you on the team. We're going to get you the best clones ever in 14 days and every single batch after that. Mother plants included, maximizing the clones per square foot, the A-grade tops, the A-grade clones per square foot, maximizing those, having a rotation schedule for mother plant production, getting the most out of your mother plant production, and have that transfer into the best clones ever. Have the nursery be rocking it, be killing it. Can't wait to have you. Let's see here. Well, it looks like I've finally caught up to the chat here, so that's a good thing. I appreciate everybody that's participated there in the chat. For everybody that's still hanging around, let us know where you're joining in from. If you're puffing on something, let us know where you're puffing on. If you're a part of the Clone Coach team or not, let us know in the chat. Let us know why, what's going on, what are you thinking, what's going on in your nursery, what's going on with your clones. If you want to try off your commercial operator and you want to try out potential Clone Coach rooting gel, go to the link in my bio and fill out the form. You'll find a bunch of stuff in that link in my bio. Let's see, I'll even see if I could even pull it up here. It's on this other one. One second. List off everything that's inside the link in my bio. Come on, internet, let's go. Linktree is really not working for me right now. There we go. First link, Clone Coach Rooting Jail Trial Form. That's the link you need to click to fill the form out to join the Rooting Jail Trial. Next link, book a free nursery assessment call. You don't know what's going on in your nursery, you have some questions, you could fill that form out and book a free coaching call, 10-minute coaching call to review those inputs and do a free quick nursery assessment. You want to get, next link, you want to get guaranteed results in 14 days? That'll take you to clonecoach.com. Get your results guaranteed in 14 days. Next, you have an option to leave a video testimonial for Clone Coach. So I'm really trying to get some just faced, 1 minute or less video testimonials to once again just highlight what the experiences have been from everybody on the Clone Coach team. We got organic pest control. That's predatory insects from Plantsman Group. Use discount code CloneCoach for a nice chunk of savings. You could also shop for propagation supplies. That's my affiliate link for growershouse.com. I have my own curated page of select items from the entire website. So it's highlighted as Clone Coach. It's the Clone Coach curated list of products from growershouse.com. So click that link, check it out. That's where I've seen, I believe, the cheapest price of Xerotol 2.0. You hear me talk about Xerotol 2.0 all the time. If you want to grab that, go to link, click the link in my bio, check out the propagation supplies link in there, and shop for some Xerotol 2.0. We got hoplite viroid and fusarium plant testing. So you were talking about fusarium earlier in the chat here. Got to get your plants tested. If you have mother stock that you're keeping in rotation and you're dealing with that, you have to test your plant stock. So that'll take you to MyFlora DNA. Once again, use discount code. Guess what? Clone Coach. Use that discount code. Get a nice chunk of savings for your plant testing right there. Last three is more content stuff. We got the Clone Coach on YouTube link right there, so you catch the YouTube videos. Podcasts that I've been on, close to a dozen now, 10 or 12 podcasts that I've done. And I have a really exciting one coming soon as well, so stay tuned for that. Haven't recorded it yet, but it's in the works. You can take a look at all the podcasts I've been on. And lastly, if you want to make short form video contents like I do, there's a affiliate link for the software that I use and implement to help me make videos for Instagram. So you want to make some content yourself, you want to use the same tools that I'm using, check out that link at the very bottom of the link in my bio. A lot of value in there, guys. A lot of value in there. Hell yeah, some mainline genetics. We're excited to have you joining. Let's see here. Cannabis microcultivation says, can you use Xerotol 2.0 with RO water, or are you better off using Xerotol HC with RO water? Don't use any Xerotol with RO water. Don't use RO water. Use filter tap or add at least 3 to 5, 0.35, 0.3 to 0.5 EC worth of an MPK base, or half filtered tap or half tap water to RO, so you have an EC base before you add any Xerotol. Remember, no RO with 2.0. Got it? No RO with 2.0. Get some filter tap, then add your Xerotol to that solution so you don't drop the pH of the solution, because RO waters, there's nothing in it. It's so susceptible to any incoming chemistry. There's no buffer. So get that buffer in there with some tap water. Good question there, Cannabis microcultivation. We got Kush Green, Michigan saying thank you. Let's see here. What's going on, Inked Up Jerry? What's going on, Inked Up Jerry? I never got those papers. Jerry. Where they at? Growing with Techno says, any tips on using an easy cloner for the first time? Absolutely. Go to my profile page here on Instagram. You know how you have the posts, then you slide over to the reels, and you slide over to, things you've been tagged in or something. If you slide it over on my profile page, you'll get to the guides. There's a guides section, and there's like 3 guides that I kind of summed up some categories, but um, arrow cloning is in there as a simple guide for arrow cloning. That's free, completely free. Check it out on my profile. Slide over to the guides section and check that out. It'll cover, what you need to know as a basics, um, just to kind of get you covered, especially for that first time. So check that out. Vegan Blue says, what about distilled water? I don't know the EC value of distilled water, but the only detrimental issue with RO is that there is no EC value, so there is no buffer. So if there is the same thing where there is no buffer in distilled water, then you're going to have the same issues. If there is a buffer, then you're less likely to have issues with mixing in xylitol into that water. All right, guys, get your guesses in. That's it. There's the last minute for your chance to win a free copy. Free copy of the 14-day quick guide from clonecoach.com, which covers a 14-day dome protocol. It's a 1-page snippet from the full version of the Best Clones Ever SOP, the playbook. All right, this is the playbook. This is what you could have in your nursery, have staff use as training material. There's videos, there's documents, there's resources page, there's coaching calls, all the private coaching calls that I've been accumulating with all the team members. That's available to you when you purchase a playbook. All right, you have a private library of all the coaching calls, so you can listen to coaching calls and other people's situations and what we've discussed. So you just get even more and more insight and value provided to you. So I'm really trying to put as much of a value stack onto this playbook as possible to make your purchase worth it instantly, tenfold. That's the goal, tenfold value to what you pay. So check it out, clonecoach.com. Guessing a number between 1 and 420. All right, there's a last minute here. Guess a number between 1 and 420. I'm going to use a random number generator to pick a random number. I'm going to go through the entire chat, scrolling upwards, so any new entries won't be seen and won't be counted after this cutoff here, and finding the winner and or winners of this week's giveaway of the 14-day quick guide from clonecoach.com. Free for you, $59 value for free if you get closest without going over this week's random number. So get the guesses in now. I'm down to the end of it. That's the episode. 1 hour, 1 joint, 1 live, 1 giveaway. That's the template here, guys. So get your guesses in now. I'm going to do this random number generator. We're going to find ourselves a winner and call it a night here at Clone Coach HQ. I really appreciate everybody that participated in the chat, in the comments, letting us know where you're joining in from. We have people from Guam, from Ontario, Canada, from all over the States, all over the place. So I really appreciate everybody joining in weekly. Please share this with your friends, with your followers, anybody you think that could benefit from Clone Coach's content that I'm putting out there. Please, please, please share it. IG shadow bans content creators, cannabis content creators. So, the reach doesn't get out there with the platform. We have to forcibly create the reach there. So you guys sharing the profile of Clone Coach really goes a long way. If you feel you gained any value, you're not ready to buy, that's free. Share it, promote it, post it, repost it, share it. You can do that for free. All right, guys. So I appreciate everybody that's out there supporting Clone Coach. All right, here we go. Random number generator. Trusty Google, a number between 1 and 420. So I said, everybody, no more guesses. No more guesses. Boom, boom, boom. No more guesses. Here we go. This week's number is, I have to take notes because I got to keep track of the handle who gets closest and or wins. 75. 75 is this week's random number. So, Caden Velasco is at 72. That's closest so far without going over. This week's random number is 75. Let's find our winner. Here. 75 is this week's random number. We got 26. Nope. Let's see. 197. Nope. 290. Nope. Remember, y'all, I'm scrolling upwards. So if you try to enter it right now, you're way too late. Catch it next week. 310. Nope. 42. Nope. 29. 347. 199. Nope. This week's random number is 75. See who goes closest without going over. Closest so far is 72. 122. Nope, not happening. Let's see, 224. Where am I at here? 397, 187, 122, 240, 45, 65, 311. Nope, going through all of these guesses here that you guys entered in the chat. Let's see here. This week's random number is 75. 420. Nope, not winning this time. 319. 99. Nope. 56. 2. 150. 326. 326. Nope. Let's see here. 72 is closest so far. 89. Nope. Just over. 388. Nope. 111. 240. 213. 369, 212, 130, 89, 223, 33, 56, 91. Nope, this week's random numbers 75, 240, 38, 79, just over, sorry, 28, 33, 56. Spit there, sorry. Let's see here. That's our winner. Came in at the last minute with the guess. Caden Velasco, you won this week the 14-day quick guide. Congratulations. I appreciate you. Thanks for playing. Thanks for joining. Won with the guess of 72, and this week's random number was 75. For those that don't believe me, there's a screen, 75. All right. You know, Club Coach don't unnecessary lie for no reason. Thanks to everybody that joined. Caden Velasco, look out for a DM from me. I'm going to shoot you a discount code for you to get a free guide of the 14-day quick guide from clonecoach.com. To everybody else out there that isn't part of the team, go to clonecoach.com. Solve all your clone problems. Everybody else that is on the team, you should please share your experience. Please share the experience with other people that could benefit as well. So thank you, everybody, for joining this week's live. I'm Clone Coach, and we'll catch you